All right, and we live. Welcome to another episode of Off the Bench Podcast. It's the 21st official episode, man. And I just want to appreciate everybody before we get this episode started who've been supporting us, who've been staying with us since day one, since we started this. We officially 21 episodes in. Me and my co-host here been doing this since April. And still working, trying to keep grinding, keep moving forward. But today was a good Sunday, a good slate of football games that came on today that
Great
got played.
weekend of
Yeah,
football,
a great
man. Great
weekend
weekend.
to say the
Great
least.
weekend of football.
And you got anything you want to say before we just gonna get right into it?
Man, let's get right into it. It's a lot to talk about. We don't need to waste their time. I got a lot to get off my chest today. We didn't get y'all the episode,
Thursday.
Thursday, talking about the games, but a lot has happened since that time. So I'm ready. Let's get into it. Let's get into this first, whatever we talking about first. I'm ready. I'm ready today.
And we're gonna have to start off with Unc now. Colorado.
Shout out Deion Sanders. Shout out Unc. Shout out Prom. Whatever y'all want to call him, whatever y'all know him as, man. Shout out to Deion Sanders.
Yeah, we know him as Unc now,
It's Unc now.
as y'all know, yesterday, Colorado had played a rivalry game against Colorado State at home. Ended up pulling out a nail biter. And what's your thoughts on that?
Great game. It was a great game, both sides. I knew this game was going to be closer than a 21-point blowout. It was a lot of talking going on both sides. I said it a lot of times on my TikTok video, just being funny, but actually, Shedeur Sanders is the band for band king. Every opportunity he gets, he gonna flash up, he gonna hold up his wrist just to let you know we on different levels. But this game was great. Travis Hunter got hurt early in the first quarter, so you know that was gonna be a problem. Him being one of their best offensive players and being their best defensive corner. But a lot of guys had to step up this game. Shiloh Sanders, the Sanders who don't get a lot of recognition because Shedeur is so good. Shiloh had a huge day, a pick six, a forced fumble. He almost had another interception that barely hit the ground that he picked up off the ground. Shiloh had a great game. The defense as a whole, but that dude, Shedeur Sanders, man. I mean, what can I say about him? Shedeur, he's just looking just better and better each week. He did throw his first pick. In this Colorado State, I got to give them a lot of credit, a lot of love because Horton, that was the receiver name. I forgot his first name. I know it started with a J. Number 14, he was killing. He was going crazy. And I know it seemed like Colorado was doing the same like concepts on offense, was a lot of drags, a lot of long people going long, and a lot of people just dragging across, getting short and getting a lot of yards at the catch. But they look good. Both teams look good, and of course, one had to win. And to see that game, it went into double overtime. I want to say it went into double overtime, and to see Shedeur Sanders turn into Brady mode, what he like to call it, coming down from down 11 with about 7 minutes to go in regulation. He was just locked in from that point. So I'm rooting for Colorado. You already know this, one of the best teams in the country. They got real tests coming up soon. The next 2 weeks, I'm really gonna be tapped in because they got another Heisman candidate, another first round draft pick quarterback, Bo Nix, coming up, and then you got the test. You got the ultimate team. You got the ultimate guy. You got Caleb Williams. You can't duck him. You got him 2 weeks from that.
Yeah,
So I'm excited for this Colorado's team. That was a great game yesterday. Probably the best game in college this year so far through 3 weeks. They doing something different over there at Colorado and Boulder, and I respect it.
Yeah,
I
facts.
love what I'm seeing.
Facts. There's probably I know, like you said, there's only been 3 games of the season, but this probably was their best win for the simple fact that everything that was on the line, that was on the table, and the adversity that they had to overcome. Like he stated, Travis Hunter, one of their best, probably their best playmaker on both sides of the ball. He ended up getting hurt, not playing the whole second half. And you have guys step up, and I think this is one of the games where Prom. He had to go deeper into his bag and look at some of these players and look them in the eyes and be able to trust them. And some of these people that came up, number 87, he had 2 touchdowns.
He definitely did.
He came up, he made some big catches, gave Shedeur Sanders the chance, to win the game off his help. And I think Deion, he learned a lot from his team to like who he could trust in these situations. When push come to shove, when it's wartime, he know who he can lean on and call on after this game. And I think that's the biggest thing that I took from this game. Colorado defense. I know a lot been said about how Prime defense and how their team was gonna play and how the trenches was gonna look. But I think these first three games, I want to say the defense is really what been keeping keeping Colorado in these games and helping them win these games. And a name that I specifically want to give a lot of love and shout out to, I said it in my previous video, but I put up the wrong picture of him, and I won't do it again. His name is Juwan Mitchell. Juwan Mitchell, the linebacker from Colorado State. He was out there balling.
Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for Colorado, excuse me. He was out there. He was out there. He was out there balling. He was doing his thing. He had like 10, 12, 13 tackles. He was all over the field. For him to be a linebacker, I think I could definitely say he probably the leader of that defense outside of Travis. But yeah, to come back down, two score touchdowns in the fourth quarter, to come back and win the game, just to show a lot about this team, show the composure of this team, show the grit about this team, show the talent, and show the fight in this team. And I just think they only gonna get better as weeks go on and go on and go on. And like you said, next week, these next 2 weeks gonna be a real ultimate test. If they can win these next two games, hey, y'all ain't gonna be able to hear the end of it because Oregon and USC, them being perimeter threats in the Pac-12 division, and from Colorado to beat these two these high qualified teams, I think that would definitely be a statement in college football and to put the world on notice.
I don't even care. It's a lot of people that still like doubting them. They're saying like Colorado, they should have beat Colorado State by more. And I think we got to take it back to week one. You see a lot of people change, jump ship. A lot of people, change what they were saying because in week one, when they beat TCU, people were saying, they were supposed to win.
Mm-hmm.
Deion was there because they got these new guys. But they was just a team that went 1-11 last year. They went 3-0. They started the season off 3-0, beating a nationally ranked top 25 team at TCU, beating two rivalry teams that you play each and every year that probably Colorado haven't beat in who knows how many years.
Yeah, facts.
They went 1-11 last season, starting off 3-0. They got two big tests coming up. I'm pretty sure, I think Oregon will be the easier of the two tests. I think they can match up with them well. I think they have a few more playmakers, but when they match up with USC, we're gonna talk about that, when the game get closer and stuff. But just to preview it a little bit, I'm excited for this Colorado football team. They make college football fun. They keeping it interesting. They keeping a lot of people engaged. And I was watching Deion Sanders on First Take, and he said we 7 to 8 dogs away from being
where he wanted to
the
be,
national championship stage. And I believe him. I believe if he got 6, 7, 8 more dogs like a Travis Hunter, and I think that's the type of dog he's talking about. A guy like Travis who can do whatever. You put him in any position on the field, he gonna do whatever he needs to take, offense or defense.
And not to cut you off, I really feel like, I know he said 6, 7, 8. I really feel like watching that game yesterday, I really want to just say they really realistically like 4 or 5.
No, they like 7, 8.
If they can just get maybe like 2 D linemen, add another secondary, and get somebody else on their offense.
Nah, they like 7. I think they about 7, 8 away. Dogs, like actual dogs away from really like beating the Bama, having potential to beat a Bama, to beat a Georgia, to compete with these teams. They not that far away from it. So shout out to Colorado. Shout out to Deion Sanders, man. We rooting for you over here at We Off the Bench, showing number love to you, man. We share the same name, so we destined for greatness, bro. Prime time. Keep doing your thing. Keep showing these haters. Quit dissing you, bro. He went from the SWAC to the Pac-12. Start off 3-0, bro.
And ain't nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
Last thing I want to say before we move on to the next topic is like you to piggyback off your comment when you was like a lot of people still don't got faith in them, and after these wins, and cause they said they were supposed to beat Colorado State by more. A win disqualify everything. It cancel out everything. Or a bad game, long as you got that dub, what can they say? You take your win and you go home, and that's what they did. Like you said, they started off the season. They finished the season last year 1-11, starting off this season 3-0. If that's not making you a believer right there, I don't know what will. They got to go 12-0 for y'all to really believe.
They putting the standard too high for them.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Too high for somebody that just went 1-11, bro. But yeah, that's all we got to say. Colorado, y'all gonna keep doing big things, and on to next week versus Oregon
for sure.
With that being said, we're gonna go into our NFL football topics. Week 2 is here.
Got a lot of games to talk
A
about,
lot of games
man.
to talk about, but the games we gonna start out with the games we didn't get to let y'all hear about. We're gonna start with the week one Jets and Bills, that Monday night football game that they played. And we really not gonna get too much in it since it was last week, but
Yeah,
I just want to get your opinion on the Aaron Rodgers injury and how could and who do you think can come in and replace Aaron Rodgers for the New York Jets?
nobody. I'm not even gonna get into that. They just gonna go with Zach Wilson. I seen a lot of ridiculous names. You might as well just keep Zach Wilson because nobody you gonna bring in. Colin Kaepernick haven't played in years. Nick Foles haven't been decent in years. Matt Ryan haven't been decent in years. You might as well just keep, this guy. Aaron Rodgers. I wish he was healthy. Get well soon for him. Hopefully he can get a speedy recovery. But he said that if they need when they need me at most, that if Zach can just keep these dudes afloat, which he did in the first game against the Bills. You didn't lead them, but he did lead them. He was the quarterback for the whole game, basically, besides 4 plays. He led them to a comeback win against the Bills. And Aaron Rodgers just said if he could just lead these dudes and just keep them afloat, I can come back when y'all need me the most. Basically saying if we could get to the playoffs and Zach got us there, I could come back. I'm healthy. I would be probably healthy enough to come back and let's go on this Super Bowl ride together.
That nigga gonna drink a potion to heal his Achilles. That nigga come back that fast.
Man,
That's
yeah, that
crazy.
is crazy. But yeah, it's not really too much to say about this game. I wish we would record it the day when we were supposed to, because I would have ripped a lot of people heads off. But I'm gonna spare them a little bit. The Jets they look good though. They look good in that game. Garrett Wilson making a name for himself. Brees Hall when his first game back was looking good. Dalvin Cook his first game there with them looked good. The defense was looking amazing against the Bills. Had the Bills, they didn't even look like the Bills. Josh Allen didn't even look like Josh Allen. And seeing what they did today, I know Josh Allen and the Bills are a better team, but
Hmm.
the Jets, man, that defense is crazy.
Yeah, facts. Not gonna spend too much time on that. He said what he had to say. That's really I just want to get your reaction on just the Aaron Rodgers injury from week one.
Let's get to the
Now we
next
can
one.
move to week two,
Fuck Aaron Rodgers, man.
which was Thursday night football, the Eagles versus the Minnesota
Great
Vikings.
game.
Definitely a great game. What was your initial thoughts on that?
Eagles, man, the Eagles is just so hard to beat them. Passing game really wasn't there. Devontae, he had 100+ yards with only a few receptions. So most of his catches were deep balls. So they really weren't pushing the ball down the field like that in the air. But Nick Sirianni, I mean not Nick Sirianni, that is the head coach for the Eagles, ain't it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
Nick Sirianni. He went back to what they knew. They went straight to handing
Ground
the
and pound,
ball
yeah.
off. Yeah, was gonna run behind his line. DeAndre Swift looked amazing. They gave him 28 carries, 175 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. The running game in general, Boston Scott had a few carries for 40 yards. He had about 8 yards per carry. Jalen Hurts stayed doing that 1 yard QB run. So he had 12 carries for 35 yards and 2 touchdowns. This Eagles team is just so dangerous, man. And the Vikings, they was right there. If the defense could have just ever gave the offense a better opportunity to win, Kirk Cousins didn't play terrible enough. Like the offense played good enough to win. Jettas was amazing. And that was one of my highlights. My notes was that Slade versus Jetta matchup.
Hmm.
Because it's gonna always be enticing. Jettas absolutely won this time, though. I'm looking at the Vikings and I'm saying no, we need a little bit more. Our run game is not there. Bless you. Our run game is not there. Outside of Jetta Hawkinson, TJ Hawkinson, he's good, but we just don't have enough to compete with these teams like the Eagles in the NFC, like the Cowboys when they play against them, Niners, these teams that got high explosive offenses, and they defense nowhere near their defenses. But I just look at this team, I look at this game, and I say the Vikings, like we said, they won what 13, 11, 13 one score games. It was,
11.
yeah, 11. They were undefeated. They starting off this season. I knew that wasn't gonna take into this season. They just NFL is that was really a lucky stat, to be honest. It's really unheard of to win that many games by one score. They getting off to this season where they doing the same thing they did last year. They get behind early, and then when it's obvious, like they just got to throw it. Jettas is gonna be open, and Kirk just got to throw it. He can't look to hand the ball off. Jettas is first option, and that's gonna keep them in the game. And so if they defense can just do a little something, help them out a little bit. Each team don't score 30 points on them a game. they will be decent. They'll be
Yeah.
okay. But I just think the Eagles, they really just had their way with them, like running the ball wise. It
Hmm.
was nothing they could do about it. They were basically just saying, "Shit, we gonna run, y'all not gonna stop it," and that's just gonna be the game. We just gonna walk out here with a dub.
Yeah, facts. The Eagles were just a better team than the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings defense is horrific. Because Kirk Cousins, I really can go out on a limb and say that he outplayed Jalen Hurts. The offensive line really not getting much protection from the O line. That's really what's causing like the run game to be so non-existent. So it's really like a one-sided thing, and like he stated, Jetta's gonna be over there. You put double coverage on Jetta's. Where else can Kirk Cousins go? It's only so much he can do on the football field as a quarterback if his teammates not getting open, and that defense not making it really much better either on the offense. The offense got to help the defense. Defense got to help the offense. But it just seemed like the defense keep putting the offense in much more bind, putting more stress on Kirk to come down and score, put up points almost every possession that they come out and take the field. And I just think that's the biggest problem with the Minnesota Vikings. It's just that their defense over these last couple years have descended uh, terribly. But the Eagles, they won this game. They was the better team. Like I said, we can get your running back to run for 150 plus yards.
175, get that shit right. That
No,
nigga was running that. He was
run for
told, bro.
175 yards. It's
Told.
not gonna be too many games
Not
that you lose though. So you know,
told.
with that type of dynamic team that you got with that offensive line, with the receiving core they got with Devontae Smith, he had like 5-6 receptions for 130 plus yards.
Crazy.
So that just goes to show you the lethal offense and dynamic that the Minnesota Vikings was going up against, and the pressure that you was asking of Kirk Cousins to come down and respond to that type of offense, the efficient offense that the Eagles was playing. I just think it wasn't gonna work, and obviously as the results, Minnesota Vikings had lost that game, but I'm not just gonna go out on the limb and say the Eagles had looked just terrific in that game because they did beat up on a weaker opponent. As in week one, they should have put the Patriots away. And I'm gonna give the utmost respect to the Patriots because their defense is pretty solid. So I'm gonna give them that. But I feel like they should have put them away. And then they come back and follow that up with a Thursday night football game in week two of their season and play the Minnesota Vikings, which the Minnesota Vikings probably got like a bottom five defense in the NFL, bottom seven defense in the NFL. So it's really not saying much. I really didn't learn too much about the Eagles. So as weeks are going on and progress, we really gonna see what the Eagles made of.
I don't know. I think this did show us a lot about the Eagles. I think it showed us they always gonna have an opportunity to win. They weren't throwing. They couldn't throw. AJ Brown was getting into it with Jalen Hurts because he thought he was open on some plays, which he was. Jalen Hurts though. I see what you're saying. They don't look the same from last year passing wise. It don't look like they in sync. It don't look like they all connected. Cause I do think their offense should be way better. But I just think when you have the luxury of having two number one wide receivers, and then you have the luxury of having one of the best offensive lines, so you can just run the ball, that really trumps everything a team gonna try to do. If you're gonna take away the pass, we gonna run. If you're gonna take away the run, we gonna pass.
Yeah,
That's what
facts.
makes them so like
But they defense haven't been the same. Well, not the same as last year's either.
yeah,
Kirk
cause
Cousins put up what 300 plus.
that's what the
Mac
big
Jones put up
yeah, that
300
was the
plus.
thing with the Eagles. That they defense definitely got
Took a
worse from
hit.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If they could just get back somewhat to that level last year, they'd probably be beating these teams by. In offense though, the offense got to come back around too. They'll be beating these teams by 14, 21 points, but they do look. Not even gonna say bad, but shaky.
Yeah, shaky, definitely. But it was a good win, and we're gonna move on to the Sunday day slate games. The first game of the day. We got yours truly, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the who they play today? The
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Man, this game was I was watching this game and I was locked in. I was locked in. You know why? Chris Jones got his money. He came back. Wanted to see how he responded. He looked great. He was definitely missed. If he played last week, we would be 2-0. Chris Jones is just a game record. Had a lot of quarterback pressures. He had a sack on Trevor Lawrence. He forced him to throw a lot of passes that he didn't want to throw because he was coming full speed at him. He just changed the whole dynamic of our defense when we have a guy who we know is going to either be double team or if he's not double team, going to have pressure on the quarterback. That's the first thing I took away from it because our defense was not just great, held the Jacksonville Jaguars, who's a good offense, to 9 points. That's amazing. Even though we scored 17 points, our offense wasn't clicking like that, which is why I'm not really too worried because I know the offense of the Kansas City Chiefs. You ain't got to tell me. I know who we got. I know we got 1-5. I know we got 8-7. Well, he only had 4 catches for 26 yards today. That happened one time last season. He ain't do that again the rest of the season. So he not gonna do that. They ain't had no more Travis Kelce 4 for 26 games. So I'm looking at Sky Moore. The others really stepped up today. Sky Moore, Justin Watson, Kadarius Toney, guys who last week really want to get into the action like that, came in today and really made it like had a great bounce back game. Watching this game, Sky Moore, he had a lot of big plays, and when I see the future and the potential in him, because he's a nice receiver, I think could be a number one wide receiver for us in a year or two when Marquise, Valdez, Scanlon, and all these guys are like leaving out. I think he can be the take over the reins of the wide receiver one. So I was definitely happy about this game. The Jacksonville Jaguars are not a slight team. They are not a bad team. Trevor Lawrence is a borderline, if not top 10 quarterback in the NFL. They have a great team. They have a good defense, and they were at home. But I like this win. Shout out to Mahomes on his birthday. He had a few bad plays. I'm not gonna lie, a few bone, and that's the same thing with the Eagles. The Eagles, I can't say that about the Eagles and not say it about the Chiefs because I feel the same way. That's what I was saying when I was watching it. The Chiefs don't look the same from how we did last year either. I don't know if it's like just the first weeks or whatever, but the offense just looked different. Mahomes is just like that interception he threw to Justin Watson. That was just a bad pass. You didn't have to do that. The whole side was open, Pat. You go back to taking the check downs, and that's gonna get you the wins. Cause that's gonna at least give you 3 points. But you throw a pick, that's give you nothing, and then you bring your defense back on the field. So I look at the Chiefs though, and I'm not worried at all. We got I think the Bears next week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Justin Fields guy, but I'm even more of a Chiefs guy. So that's gonna be an easy win. But that was a good game. That was a great week 2 game, Chiefs versus Jaguars.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, the Chiefs. I could definitely see the Chiefs being 2-0 if they had they two of their three best players on the field, which are Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, which they didn't play in Week 1 against the Detroit Lions, which resulted in the L. But came back today. I think they handled business. I think their defense is a lot better than what people try to give it credit for. They is a very solid defense. I could say middle of the pack defense, like a top 10, top 12 defense. In the NFL, I'm gonna give that secondary a lot of credit. Trey McDuffie and Snead that was holding it down. They could have Jacksonville Jaguars. They had a lot of opportunities where they could have scored, but I think the pass that Trevor Lawrence had to make for the in order for the receiver to catch it, I think it was good coverage on the DBs, the safeties, to make it a hard catch where they couldn't get both feet down or just getting 1 feet down or knocking it out. And Chris Jones to the defense, which is gonna elevate it even more. That linebacker core, which y'all getting younger, is only gonna get better game to game, week after week, year after year. Y'all still got another defensive end that y'all still missing that's gonna come back later on in the season. So once the defense get whole and complete, I could definitely see the Kansas City Chiefs making more noise and looking like the Kansas City Chiefs of old once his offense start getting clicking. Offense not too worried. Travis Kelce was his first game back from injury. He just like he just said, four catches, 26 yards. That's really not him. Uh, we expect more from Travis Kelce, and I just think the Chiefs, their run game is very solid with Isaiah Pacheco, McKinnon. Not gonna mention Clyde, but their run game is gonna definitely be there. But on the other side, Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars had many opportunities to make this a ball game. Not just to say it was a blowout, but like I stated, the secondary, the Kansas City Chiefs was giving these wide receivers hell. Calvin really had the game of his life in Week 1. Week 2, really didn't hear his name too much. Then that's just to give a lot of shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs secondary. You really watch football, it's not really just about interceptions and deflections. It's about keeping the team out the end zone. That's what they did today. Very good win for them, and trying to move on to Week 3 for them. You know,
Well,
next
that's next.
next game. Who had played their next game?
Yeah, I got it out. I got the whole schedule right here. We got Green Bay versus Atlanta,
Yeah, Atlanta Falcons.
24-25, a great game between two, I'd say, they on a higher level of mediocre. They both to me are on like the same trajectory. They both got went in different directions. They both still got good rosters built around these young quarterbacks they just now bringing in. AJ Aaron Jones was out today. AJ Dillon took a lot of the workhorse today. Jordan Love looked good in these first few weeks. I think he is really showing a lot of people a lot. He's a great investment. You can tell that he learned a lot from Aaron Rodgers, just sitting back saying, all right, when he do leave, because eventually Aaron Rodgers is going to have to leave. Jordan Love just had to stay down, wait his turn. He got his opportunity, and he's looking damn good in his opportunity, being accurate, being efficient, I didn't know he was as mobile as he was either. So him taking all these jumps into his game, he's looking like a better quarterback week in and week out. It just so happens that the Atlanta Falcons also has a great roster. And if you remember coming into this season, we had episodes, I think it was like 16, 17, talking about the Falcons and their offseason accusations. And I was high on the Falcons coming in because everything they did just made sense. Bijan Robinson is one of the best running backs. He will be one of the best running backs in the NFL. You use him in the pass, use him in the run. Still got Tyler Algaretti. You got Desmond Ritter, who looks good, made a few great passes. He's a young quarterback coming up. Drake London, one of the best young up and coming wide receivers on the outside, who was kind of cooking Jair Alexander tonight, making him look silly. I like this Atlanta Falcons team a lot, and for them to come away with this one score win, and when things was not looking good for them, they was down. I think two score. They scored a touchdown. Cool missed the extra point, and now they got a touchdown taken away. They had to settle for three. So this was a really good win for a young team that's trying to find their footing, which I don't think they are like a Super Bowl contender to see. Same with the Packers, but they like on that, they higher level of mid,
Yeah,
like the Seattle Seahawks.
like two, 3 pieces away.
Yeah, definitely. And I think once they get those 2, 3 pieces, both of these teams will be nice, and that's
Yeah,
why I think the game was so close.
definitely was a good win for the Atlanta Falcons. Like you said, it was they're a young team, so it's gonna be a lot of growing pains, a lot of errors. But for them to be a young team and to stay poised and stay calm and stay with and stick to the game plan over a course of a 4 quarter span, I think that just shows you how good this Atlanta Falcons could be in the near future. To show how disciplined and how well coached this team is as well on both sides of the football. With the accusations that they made on both sides of the football, adding Calais Campbell, getting Bijan Robinson to help with that run game. Then you got Double C Calais on the defensive side of the ball to help with that, help in the trenches with that D line with that pass rush and that run stopping. So I think that was a good win for the Atlanta Falcons. I also like the Packers. The Packers with Jordan Love. Jordan Love, he's gonna get better week in, week out. Um, really didn't expect this from him in his first 2 games starting. He really showing me a lot. And this he doing all in the package doing all this and without Aaron Jones, without Christian Watson, two of their best offensive weapons, and you'll get this with a young quarterback. You add that to what he already got steaming and cooking in the pot. I think both of these teams' future gonna be bright. Once the Packers get their full squad all the way back, all his threats and targets all the way back. The Atlanta Falcons, they keep getting reps, they keep getting games, and keep getting season as the season go long. I think both of these teams in the new future, they're gonna be teams that you want to look out for. Especially, I want to say even this year, these 2 teams can be a team that later on in the season, where a team trying to get into the playoffs, they can knock you out the playoffs. And, so I definitely think this was a good win by the Atlanta Falcons, for sure, for sure.
Next team, next game we got, I don't really got too much to say about it because it was just I already knew it was gonna happen. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Buffalo Bills, 10-38. Not too much to say. Raiders are mid, been a mid franchise. Jimmy G, they got the quarterback, you know, playboy of mid, the head quarter of mid. That man is so trash. Like his stat, I gotta read you off his stat line. So when I was doing my notes and I was doing my preparation before the video, I was like, bro, Jimmy G, Derek Carr was way better than Jimmy G on the Raiders, bro. This man, Jimmy G, he came out there today, 16-24, 185, a tud, 2 picks. The poster boy of mid
Yeah,
came out there and literally didn't do anything to really just help his team win. Really didn't do too much to help his team lose. just mid. Just did a solid average.
They did enough.
Just went out there and basically just frolicked for 48 minutes. On the Bill side, like I said, I don't got too much to say. Y'all supposed to win. Y'all lucky y'all won this game in that fashion. Week 1 was the only thing I had in my memory of y'all doing. Y'all would have got ridiculed. Josh Allen, you needed this game. A good way to bounce back. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, definitely. It's not really too much to say. The Buffalo Bills did what they expected, what everybody expected them to do. Be down on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders really not a threat to anybody, especially in their division. Buffalo, like you said, Josh Allen, he needed to come back and redeem himself from Week 1. What he did against the New York Jets, he was the Jets' best player in that game, and that goes and he's the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. And if he was the opposing team best player, that just goes to show you how bad that he played. And it's good that he redeemed himself in week 2. But, not too much to say. They handled business and got him on up out of there.
Next game we had was a great game too. Two divisional teams playing against each other. Baltimore Ravens beating the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals by 3 points. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you take the floor, take the mic with this one.
My Ravens, we played a solid game. Going out against a division rival against the Bengals. Who we played last year in the playoffs that we had a chance to win, but the bag of quarterback decided he wanted to leap against the pile on a QB sneak and fumble on the 1 yard line, and they came down and scored off that fumble, and they ended all our chances, and that kind of hurt. And it's just good. It's good to see us win today in the style that we did. Odell Odell left in the third quarter with an ankle injury, which he was cooking in the first half. You know, he had like 4 or 5 receptions for big yards. He was averaging like nine yards per catch. So this is what I expect from the Baltimore Ravens. Like I said, still got us going to the Super Bowl, and it's just a win just to add to the and another win to add to the win column as we keep going on our journey. You know what I'm saying? So not really too much to say. I'm really not surprised. I knew this was gonna happen. This is what I expect. Come out here and handle business. Our defense did what our Baltimore Ravens defense do. Baltimore come from a line of good defenses. The Air Reed era, the Ray Lewis era, and all that. So we know what they represent. They just got to play up to that standard. Lamar, he did what Lamar did. Still kind of rushing. Zay Flowers, boy, I got to give you your flowers, but you know what I'm saying. He gonna be a nice slot receiver in this league in years to come. And that's the name y'all cannot forget, man. Zay Flowers.
I got that in my notes. I don't got too many notes on this game just because, man, the really biggest thing I got to just say is what's going on with the Bengals, bro? What's going on with Joe Burrow? What's going on with Jamar Chase? Y'all was LSU boys. Y'all won a national championship. Went to the Super Bowl y'all first year together in the
Yeah, like one
NFL.
reception, ain't it?
Now yeah, 5. But it started off the game. He didn't have none for like the first 2.5 quarters. I'm just like, bro, that's Jamar Chase. What's going on? And I don't even think it's that. Last week he didn't do shit either. I won't just say he was clamped. I think this offensive line and it's always been a problem. It always has been a problem for the Bengals. Joe Burrow was the most sack quarterback to ever make it to the Super Bowl to win a playoff game like that. I think he got sacked 9 times and won. That's taking a toll on him, bro. That they offensive line, the pressure that gets to him so fast, and it just like Jamar Chase, he's a great receiver. He's a great receiver, but he needs time because T Higgins, he had a great day today just because like he got the physical he got like a 6'4" frame. He like a Mike Evans. You just throw him a ball. A cornerback not gonna be 6'3", 6'4" 9 times out of 10, so he gonna be able to snag it over him. That's how he get 90% of his catches. Jamar Chase more so route running, more so
Finesse,
yeah,
yeah.
it's different how he get his. So he needs a little bit more time to get it, unless he's just going on the streak on the go, which probably the most predictable route to guard. You have one guy just over the top of him. So I mean, I'm hoping the Bengals get it together. I know a few Bengals fans. Lee, I know you're going through it right now. 0-2 is crazy. They got to bounce back though. I'm not
Definitely,
liking what I'm seeing.
definitely got to bounce back. The Bengals and they because last week they didn't score a touchdown. This week their first touchdown came off a kick return, and they got 2 touchdowns on the season. I more really want to say just 1 touchdown on the season because they had 20 points. So definitely got to. And people were saying before the season how the Cincinnati Bengals they addressed the offensive line. That's why everybody had them winning the division and all these things, and just to see how it's playing out now. If you got Miles Garrett out here doing offensive basketball moves on the football field mid play and still coming out here and being disruptive on that same play that he did this, and this is against other grown men as well. So just go show you that Bengals they gonna have a long season if they can't protect Joe Shiesty.
They digging a hole for themselves. 0-2 in the division is not good to start off.
But yeah, because they in the AFC, definitely
They
don't
all
want
in the
to.
same division. They
Yeah,
lost 2 division games. They need to start winning. Yeah, you don't want to dig yourself in a hole in the AFC. It's gonna be hard to come back. Anything else about you want to worry about your team? The only thing I really did have was Zay Flower is gonna be a problem. I got that word for word. Zay Flower is gonna be a problem
going to
because
be a
that dude
problem.
is gonna be nice.
So electric.
If y'all don't know him, go to his Boston College highlights. Dude was a dog in college.
Or shit, go to his week 1, week 2 highlights. Hell, shit, boy, electric. You can give it to him on the RPO. You can give it to him in space. You can give it to him on a slant. Give it to him on a fade or crosser, and he gonna make something happen for sure. For sure.
Next game we got is the Seattle Seahawks. I almost said Seattle Washington. I don't know why. Seattle Seahawks versus the Detroit Lions. A great game, 31-37. I got a few notes on this game too. I did see this game and see a lot of it. My first thing I gotta say though is Geno Smith bounced back. Week 1 he had a shitty game. No sugarcoating it. Geno shitty ass, terrible. But I said they were gonna bounce back. I knew that they were gonna bounce back. Playing against the Detroit Lions team, coming off a 1-0, coming off a season opener win against Kansas City, the Super Bowl champions. They telling their fans to order the blue ski mask. They trying to be Pooh Shiesty in Detroit. They got a home opener. They got all the blue skis, and Geno Smith said, "Fuck all that. This is my time." Let me read you off what Geno Smith did today. 32 of 41, 78. He completed 78% of his passes, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's a great game you right there for Geno Smith. Almost 400 yards because he also ran the ball. No interceptions, 2 touchdowns, and he had a lot of big come from behind type scores to get them the lead.
Definitely,
He had a very big day, and I'm not taking nothing away from the rest of the Seahawks player, but Geno Smith is a guy who's been in the league for a minute, and like he said last year, like they tried to count me out. They tried to count him out. They tried to get him out of here. He proved it last year that he's still good enough to start and be a high level starter in this league. Today he proved that again. And the Lions, like we saw, they not no scrub. So I think both of these teams are on the same level, which again, why the score was so close, 6 points. I think these are the two. They basically the same team, just different quarterbacks, different coaches. Basically the same team though. Definitely a great game.
definitely a great game. And if I'm the Lions head coach, this is definitely a game that we need to win if we want to take that next leap, take that next jump into making the playoffs and actually trying to make a name for ourselves. Following that Week 1 performance against the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm not just gonna put an asterisk by that win, even though Chris Jones and Travis Kelce did not play in those games. A W is a W, and you got to get it how you live when you playing in the NFL. Especially the Detroit Lions, knowing in their background of they losing history and how they trying to come up and make a turnaround. And I just think today was a game that they needed to win just to show everybody that they for real. Start off the season 2-0. They had the lead for majority of this game. They let Geno Smith. No disrespect to Geno Smith. You did have a hell of a game today. A hell of a game today. But you can't be losing to Geno Smith when you already up 10 points. Those are games you need to win. Them are games you need to put away because later on in the season, a game like that, they can come back and bite you in the butt. Another man bites the dust.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really the only thing that I took away from that game.
Another thing I gotta say, they gotta play this nigga Jameer way more, bro. Stop. David Montgomery get well soon. I wishing he got hurt today. Bro, stop playing him more than Jameer, bro. Stop. He come on, bro. He can do everything he can do. He's faster. He's just as tough, just as smart. Know how to hit the holes. Yeah, he's a rookie, bro. Give this man the opportunity to shine. He last week he looked great. He looked good today. They gave this nigga David Montgomery 16 carries. Why does nigga Jameer get 7? That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. Then they passing Jameer the ball. He got 40 yards in the air. He a running back. If they give him the ball, intricate him with this offense, Amon Ross St. Brown is an underrated wide receiver in this
Definitely
league.
is.
And this team, the sky is the limit. They can't lose. They can't lose games like this. But
Mm-hmm.
I say the same thing to the Seahawks. You can't lose to Jared Goff. So that's why I say they basically the same team. That's why I feel like this game was so close. Next game we got. I don't even want to really talk about this one. You can keep this short. All right.
What?
Indiana Colts versus the Houston Texans.
Oh yeah, definitely can keep it short because CJ.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
don't.
I ain't gonna
Nah,
say
they don't
just
say.
I ain't gonna say CJ Stroud, but the Texans. That's
I just
all
want.
I
I
you
just
know.
want to. I just want to say one thing to CJ. You had a good game. This was your best game so far. CJ, quit. Get your decision making up, my boy. You holding it down though, because your other QB buddy over there, we gonna get to him later. Your other QB buddy over there, he fucking up. You doing good though. You're a rookie. You had a few fumbles. You fumbled the ball a few times. You lost one of them. Got to stop turning the ball over. No picks today, which was good. Almost 400 yards. If you could complete a few more of your passes, get a little bit more accurate, CJ, you had an 8, 9, 10 out of 10 game for me. But you got to just get better in that. Anthony Richardson get well soon. Hope he come back fast with his concussion injury and all that. He played lights out before he got hurt. But yeah, I ain't got too much to say because the Houston Texans keep letting me down. CJ, keep doing what you're doing. Oh my fucking! Why did they play next? The Chicago Browns versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Why did the Browns? Why
Bears.
Chicago Bears? Why did they play right after the Houston Texans? Justin Fields,
This man just can't catch a break, and he was just and
CJ
y'all know,
Stroud, you had a great game. You didn't play bad. You just on a trash
that this
team.
nigga it was Justin Fields.
I'm still there. I'm still am.
I know, and then y'all know every week I'm gonna be on his ass.
I'm
You know,
still
every
am.
week.
Justin Fields, bro, it's getting hard, my guy. But I'm not gonna lead the ship. You, my guy. Been watching you since high school, my guy. When you was in Atlanta throwing dots, and Trevor Lawrence was also in Atlanta throwing dots. I remember them times. You gotta get, you gotta get better, my guy. We had 2 picks today. The second one was atrocious. The last pick he threw, game-winning drive we got going on. We starting off right on our goal line. So like throw a pass, a screen pass. Shaquille Barrett, he reached the screen pass. Justin Fields did the softest little touch pass, went straight in Shaquille Barrett's hand, pick 6, 5 yards out. Jalen, you can't be doing that, bro. Can't be doing that. You year 3, you probably year 3 now. It's not year 2. It's not year 1. You got DJ Moore. Chase Claypool is ass. I will give you that. He robbed the Bears of a lot of money. Get him off the roster. Mike Evans caught a pass, and he was more happy for Mike Evans catching the pass than he was anything the Bears done. I saw that. I saw that. Mike Evans, hyping him up as I watched the highlights. He did that. He did that, and I really got mad. That's who he playing with. Um, the Buccaneers, though, I don't even want to harp on the Bears. Just feel get better. But the Buccaneers, my number one note I have is Baker
I was
Mayfield
just
going
gonna say Justin Fields letting Baker Mayfield out play him is crazy, but you can keep going.
to rejuvenate his career, bro? Is he gonna have a little comeback to his career like a Geno Smith, like a Jared Goff, like a who else did that shit in the last few recent years? Went to another team and started to ball out. Can't really think of it. Is he gonna have a rejuvenation to his career?
Uh, personally wise speaking, he might, but a team wise, Buccaneers not gonna do shit. They're not going
Can
nowhere.
he rejuvenate his career?
Um,
Can he change his name? Now I don't give a fuck about the team. Can he change how people perceive him in how he plays?
not this year. Gonna be have to take more than 1 year
Okay, well
because
that's what I'm asking. He can rejuvenate it though, so it's possible.
yeah,
So
it's possible, but
that's good. I like that.
just based off these 2 games and what he do off the season, not gonna cut it because he had far more ass season than he had good seasons.
I don't know. He only played like 5 years. He was ass for 2 of them. He was ass for last year in Cleveland. Last
Last two
year
years,
he was trash. The year before,
yeah,
uh, he probably was. I think he definitely can rejuvenate his career. He getting off to a hot start. 500 yards in the first 2 games, no interceptions. That's the biggest thing. No picks. If you don't throw a pick, Baker, all you got to do is just throw it. Mike Evans is 6'4", 6'5". They gave him the perfect team. Chris Godwin is
I'm saying he got a lot of
he got a
weapons.
lot of weapons. All you got to do is just throw them ball, and they gonna do something with it. So I hope he do rejuvenate his career a little bit because damn, you was the Heisman, you was the #1 pick, bro. Come on, don't go out like that. Next team we got Chargers versus the Titans.
And I'm gonna start off with this
I wanted you to because you was
because
high on the
yeah, I
Chargers.
was high on the
I wanted
Chargers,
you
and that
to.
was definitely one of the teams in previous videos. I can go back and watch them that I said I was gonna keep an eye out on the Chargers just to see if Justin Herbert and the Chargers could take their next leap into becoming a legitimate threat and a formidable foe in the AFC and actually trying to get over there and help make a deep playoff run. Last year they was up in the first round to the Jacksonville Jaguars and ended up losing that game. Um, week one. You know, they was up against the Miami Dolphins and end up losing that game. And they follow that up week two. They end up losing today against the who you just say?
They lost to the Titans.
To the Tennessee Titans in overtime. Which can't happen if the Chargers want to be serious about, you know, making it to the Super Bowl, going deeper into the playoffs. You know, Justin Herbert games he got to close out, he got to stand out, and I just think that's the only thing about Justin Herbert and what's missing from his game is having that trying to say that if factor where he can come out where he can go home and take over a game like a Peyton Manning, a Patrick Mahomes, a Aaron Rodgers, a Drew Brees, you know, Tom
It's
Brady.
crazy. Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying, and it's crazy because I think he do got it, and that's why I think a lot of people got him like top five. Because Justin Herbert is good. This
Yeah,
nigga just so like robotic. He don't take the risk like a Mahomes, like even a Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence got to make a lot of good plays because he take a lot of risks. Justin Herbert, he just gonna stick whatever the script is, and a play
vanilla.
calling has always been kind of skeptical. Brandon Staley low key been bullshitting them niggas for like the last 4 years. This is a great roster you got. This is a great roster. I just think Justin Herbert, you gotta let him like do like if Trevor Lawrence, Pat Mahomes, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, all these like Josh Allen, Brett, all these guys who like got arms, got cannons. He got one of the best arms in the league. They'll throw a post rather than throwing a slant. We saw it today. Mahomes wants to take the deep shot because you got that freedom, you got that opportunity. If it's a pick, we know you're not just gonna throw picks. Justin Herbert, we know you're not gonna just throw picks, but take the opportunity.
Yeah, take a risk. Sometimes you know that's what life is
That's
about.
what life was about. Yeah.
Taking risks. And you know the Chargers they just been disappointing me early off in the season. Definitely this game is definitely a game that they must have following that week one loss against the Miami Dolphins where they should have won that game. And you following up with a game that they lose to a lesser talented team, to a lesser quality team in the Tennessee Titans, and you lose that game in overtime, which the game you was up in that game too as well, and lose that. And that's just not a good sign of progression going on for the Los Angeles Chargers.
It's really not.
Especially with Keenan out. Keenan Allen had a hell of a game
Yeah,
today.
they
Nine
have a hell of a
receptions,
game.
111 yards, two TDs.
One of the most consistent wide receivers there is. Definitely him and Mike Evans definitely are the same, kind of like the same person to me.
Down there.
Yeah. But to give the Titans a little bit of love, not to give Tannehill no love. He's Jimmy G for me. At this point in his career, he didn't really do too much. 20 of 24, over a little bit over 200 yards, no intercept. He's not really doing too much. Derrick Henry is literally the heart and soul. 25 carries, 80 yards. Traylon Burks had a few good receptions. Wide receiver out of Arkansas, sophomore season. Drafted him to be the wide receiver one once AJ Brown left last season, but rookie season didn't go how he thought it was. They brought in D Hop to lose some of that pressure off of him. He had a big game today, 3 catches, 80 yards. D Hop also had a good game. This Titans team is not that good, so I'm looking at the Chargers and I'm saying y'all definitely should have won this game.
Definitely.
Overtime, you got the ball. You got the ball first in overtime. Didn't do shit with it, Justin. Went literally 3-and-out, and then all they needed was a field goal, and that's how they won. The Chargers, they just got to get better. That's number one I put in my notes. They got to get better. Y'all got like 5 or 6 top 5 people at their position on the roster, or top 10 people on the roster at
Yeah.
their position, and the farthest y'all got was a first round exit
Facts.
to rookie Trevor Lawrence.
And that's I'm glad you said because that's probably their biggest thing is execution. They
It
need to
is.
get better with execution. And I think
It start from the top.
yeah, and once they clean up on the execution and play calling, I think it will eventually get better. But until that happens, you know, the Chargers gonna keep finding themselves in this predicament, losing games that they supposed to be winning. You know, and that's really been the main story since Justin Herbert became a Los Angeles Charger.
Literally have, yeah, that nice ass team that keep losing. Then I remember the first year they were supposed to go to the playoffs, and they lost to the Raiders in the last game of the season. I'm like, they gonna make it to the playoffs. Justin Herbert gonna make it. That nigga Derek Carr put the kill shot in him. Caught that timeout, kicked that field goal. I said, damn, it's over.
Just like that.
Damn, it's over, Justin. Next team we got New York Giants, Arizona Cardinals 31-28. Too close for comfort.
Definitely too
Too
close. And
close, bro.
the Cardinals, bro, they ass is ass
They the
because
worst
like
team in the NFL.
definitely and for y'all, they was up 21-0 at half.
They was 20
And to score a touchdown, after one touchdown from since halftime, until allow another team to score 5 touchdowns in a half. I think if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5 touchdowns in a half. Unacceptable.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Defense of the Giants is looking real shaky. They started off the
Definitely is.
season giving up 60 points without scoring a fucking point. That's crazy to say. You didn't score in your first game. You started off the first half literally giving up 20 points and without scoring. They came back in the second half. Saquon get well soon. He got helped off with an ankle injury. He had a big game. Darren Waller, the new acquisitions they had also big game. Jalen Hyatt, rookie receiver, had a huge game. Two catches, 89 yards. Darren Waller had a huge game from the tight end.
Darren Waller is gonna be a top 4 tight end this year.
He was on that trajectory before he got hurt with the Raiders. He definitely was. I think he had 6 catches for like 76 yards, which is good for a tight end. Like this team is decent offensively. I just don't know what's going on with that defense, like, and what's stopping them from being, decent. There's no way the Arizona Cardinals, as of right now, who they just ran out there with today, should have been up at all.
I just think the Giants not playing physical enough. Cause last year they were physical. They was a physical defensive team. They got up in you. They hit hard, and they really didn't allow you to run the ball. I think for them to give up that many points to the Arizona Cardinals, who don't have their starting quarterback, they really don't even have a roster for
They
real,
don't even got a team,
and
bro.
to have 20 points in a half is crazy.
And it damn near lost. Took fucking the field goal for y'all to beat these men, bro. But this the Giants team who, got aspirations going to the playoffs.
Yeah,
I don't
and
understand
that
it.
same team that I had going over on their win total.
I think I did. Did I?
No, I think you was under.
Okay, I'm glad I said that because they definitely not on a crumb. We got a few games left, man. We talk about San Francisco 49ers versus the Rams, and to me, Niners are the best team in the league, bro. The Rams, they gave it a fight. Matthew Stafford, old ass, was out there throwing the ball like a bitch. He threw 55 passes. Puka Nacua, they rookie they got wide receiver. He's Cooper Cup 2.0. Nigga is nice. I'm saying it now. At the first 2 games, I think he had 150 plus in both games, bro.
No,
Both
he had 119 the
Yeah,
first game.
119. Yeah, 150 tonight, which is still crazy
Yeah.
for a rookie to come in and be getting that type of production off rip. It's crazy. So once they do add Cooper Cup, it's gonna be a nice little combination between
The
the.
Rams might got something cooking.
Yeah, because Matthew Stafford only like throwing the white guys. We saw that.
Yeah, because he wasn't getting Brandon Cooks no type of.
We saw that. We saw that when who else was
No, that
Robert
Robert
Woods?
Woods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Robert Woods on the
Woods.
team. Yeah, we saw that. He don't like the black guys. So they got Puka. He literally Cooper Cup 2.0. Do everything Cooper do.
And the Rams. One thing I want to say about the Rams, because I really don't have too much to say, but the one thing I want to say about the Rams is Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, he get underrated for what he brings to the table. A lot of times, for him to play in that nose guard, the defensive tackle, his stats don't show up to his value all the time. But he the only person that get like the type of coverage that he sees in the NFL. As you see in week 1, when he gets single coverage, he got grown man hollering, talking about some, oh my God. And just Harry one to don't he forget about football. As soon as he another grown man is screaming out, oh my God, and just throwing it. As soon as he see Aaron Donald, and you come back in week 2, and I seen they played 49ers. 49ers, they got a good offensive line. I seen on one clip, it was 3 offensive linemen that was blocking Aaron Donald. And that's what it takes. And that just goes to show you his value, because sometimes he might not have the 3, 4 sacks as these other defensive players like a Michael Parsons, like a Myles Garrett, but I just don't think his coverages is different. He kind of similar to like Chris Jones. Chris Jones, their coverages be different, so they stat line gonna look a little bit different, but the impact still gonna be the same to me.
Yeah, for sure. This Niners team is just over. It's just overly good, bro. I look at them and man, they are a good team. Brock Purdy didn't even have to throw a touchdown. He ran for one today. Christian McCaffrey gonna be C-Mac, gonna be the best running back in the NFL. Debo Smith, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, who haven't even really popped off and he had no big game yet. They just got too much going on over there. So many weapons, bro. And I'm really rooting for them
Mm-hmm.
because the Chiefs not in the NFC, so I can really just root for them religiously. Shit, we see him in the championship, we see him in the Super Bowl. I'm looking at them and I'm saying they the best team though in the NFC. They just look so good, well rounded. I know this was only a 7 point game, but the Rams threw the ball 55 times.
Yeah.
One of them bitches, some of them hoes gonna get caught, and some of them, that's 55 times, a lot of passes to be throwing. So I mean, points is gonna get it's the Rams, it's Matthew Stafford. And he gonna get some yards. He gonna throw a lot of passes. So for them to have 2 games back to back scoring 30 points, last week holding the Steelers, they did them dirty in the first half, 199-1. It's crazy.
And to before we move to the next game, one thing I want to say about the 49ers is piggyback off saying they the best team, and I just like how Cal Shanahan is utilizing all his weapons to their fullest potential. You putting Debo in the best possible spots for him to be successful, putting CMC in the best possible spots in order for him to be successful, putting George Kittle in the best spots and opportunity to be successful, putting this Brandon Ayuku in the best opportunity, and also putting his quarterback, which is the main reason of what's gonna be the successor over these next couple weeks, and why they were so high on Brock Purdy to trade Trey Lance. Like he said, he stated no interceptions, no TDs, but he rushed for one. Had like a 70 something completion percentage, passed over 200 yards. And that's really what you want from Brock Purdy, for real, for real. As long as you just don't want him to don't turn the ball over. As long as Brock Purdy don't turn the ball over, it's gonna be very hard to beat the 49ers, because the 49er defense going to get you at least one takeaway, or what I'm saying, gonna get you some stops. And if you can just have Brock Purdy to, what I'm saying, don't turn the ball over, don't get a defense, don't put too much pressure on the defense, or don't get a defense a easy short field, then it's gonna be hard for the 49ers to lose.
And that's why I think they so good, because I don't even think that's a worry. I don't think Brock Purdy getting no interceptions. Shit, you're not gonna do too much. You're gonna do exactly what Kyle Shanahan say, and he gonna draw some good shit.
Yeah, that's why I said like he gonna put all his players in the best possible way for them to succeed.
I like the Niners. Last game we got is the Jets and the Cowboys. Cowboys, they are legit, bro. I can't keep hating on them. I've been hating on the Cowboys for 5 years, bro. For probably even longer. Once they got Dak, I've been hating on them. I didn't like Dak. They are nice. They are
Mm-hmm.
nice.
I'm a,
CD Lamb is top 10, bro. CD Lamb is a top 10 receiver. And I said coming in that that's what made me a believer of the Cowboys, just seeing how good and how he kept getting better from when they first had Amari Cooper and then them trading them, and I'm like, damn, why they get rid of they bet? But they got this nigga number 88 who can do the same thing Amari Cooper can do, younger. So I understand it now. They got a defense who is gonna keep them and really win them a lot of games. That defense is gonna win, not keep them in it. They gonna win them a lot of games.
definitely, especially with their front four, linebacker core, secondary,
Because they everybody, that whole
to go
team is just
whole defense side. The only thing about the Cowboys, and really what I want to see going forward, I want to see them play teams that have a more. Not saying that the Jets don't have a good defense, because I know their defense is a low key strap, but I'm saying I want to see them against a more comfortable defense, like a 49ers, like the Eagles, like a Steelers. Uh, teams like that to show really what these Cowboys offense is really made of, for real, for real. Because today they played the Jets, and CD accounted for basically half of the yards, for real, for real.
that's crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and they had 382 yards. CD had 114 of them. You know what I'm saying, and that's just unacceptable. So again, going
143.
143 had half of their yards. You know what I'm saying? So if they play against a formidable defensive team where that's not the case, then I want to see them win those grind out games. They haven't had really had a test yet.
And that says something about how good they are though. The
Yeah, it's just
Giants was supposed to be a test. They was on the road. The Giants got better.
man,
Shit,
the Giants almost lost to the damn Cardinals.
I'm just let me just finish right quick. They playing on the road against the Giants first week one. They think everybody saying the Giants got better, a team to watch out for. 40 told them. They played the Jets this week, who just beat the Bills. The Bills are one of the best teams in the AFC. They just beat them guys without Aaron Rodgers. Defense was strapping Josh Allen, who's better than Dak. Stephon Diggs, he was getting off, and he just, I think him and CD are just as good. So I basically cancel out what they did. One team won, one team lost. I think the Cowboy offense is nothing special. It's literally CD,
Yeah,
but CD is so good that whoever he play against, he gonna do what he do. He at that level of his game now where he the number one. He the number one wide receiver, and he gonna make niggas fear him each week. Last week he didn't have to do shit because the defense gave him 21 fucking points, so he really had to score. This week, defense wasn't really giving him no points. They had to really score some points. Dak had his best game. It's really, to me, as a Cowboy, he started off perfect. 14 to 14,
and I just think
perfect.
yeah, and I just think Dak was really was just taking what the defense give him. He wasn't trying to move the ball downfield too much. He was doing a lot of play action, mixing in with the run to keep the defense off balance. He was taking those little out routes, taking those little 5 and outs, those 5 and unders. Really wasn't trying to push the ball downfield too much. Wasn't trying to put the ball in harm's way. And I just think that's a good sign of Dak of showing his maturity level. Because in previous years, we would have seen Dak have like a interception or two already early on this season, just to see his composure and to see,
I think this change of offense, not to cut you off, this change of offense really gonna help them. They
yeah,
was mentioning a lot on the broadcast that they win a lot of more West Coast offense,
and they just get in and get out. So a lot of RPOs, a lot of wide receiver screens,
and
a lot of play action passes.
I like that for the Cowboys. They should have been
Almost,
adapted that.
yeah, almost kind of like how the Miami Dolphins play, just minus all the speed.
They should have been adapted that format. But I'm glad they finally adapted it because they is looking like it's working and shit. If the defense keep playing, that's really why I'm saying that they legit. They defense top two. Damn, really want to say it's the best defense, and they got the best player, the best defensive player. They got Gilmore, they got Diggs. Even though, hold on, I ain't talking about the Jets. My fault. Jets, not a bad game for them. Zach Wilson couldn't do shit. The running game couldn't do shit. This was just the Cowboys defense, punking the Jets offense. Garrett Wilson was the only one who could do anything. He had one long like touchdown play on Stephon Gilmore, who was supposed to be that cornerback one. But Garrett Wilson is him, so it don't matter who you got on him. If Zach Wilson could just understand, bro, just throw these guys the ball. You have the same amount of talent before Aaron Rodgers got hurt. This the same team. The only nigga that changed was the quarterback. You still got two good ass running backs. You still got McCole Hardman, who was a speedster. You still got who's it? Alan Lazard, who low key decent. I ain't gonna lie, he had a decent game too. He caught a few passes. Garrett Wilson, who's gonna be a top 10 quarter wide receiver in this league one day. I'm looking at this team and I'm saying, bro, 10 points is unacceptable. Defense is good. Defense is keeping you in games. They got some stops. It's just you can't stop a team forever though, especially when
Hmm.
you getting 3 and out, you punting and you faking punts, you getting a fake, and then you get another 3 and out, and you fucking have to punt again.
Do you think if Aaron Rodgers would have played today, the outcome would have been different?
Yeah, yeah,
Jets would have won.
yeah. They play. You see how they playing with Zach? That nigga play like he got training wheels on, bro. Like for real. Like when you ride a bike, that nigga literally don't. They got a leash on that nigga. Don't throw no pass more than 10 yards. Don't do no like deep passes. It's just everything's just gonna be right there in front. No fuck ups.
Yeah,
But it
facts.
makes sense though, because Zach Wilson will fuck up some easy shit.
Yeah.
He will fuck it up.
But that's the Cowboys. Their defense definitely legit. But the only
Crazy.
the only the only question mark was gonna be for me for the whole season is just when it's time for them to get cooking in these high pressure moments against these other high level teams where they just not playing just regular season games and games that count or win or go home. What is Dak and his offense going to do to help provide that defense and to allow some stress off that defense? Because the defense not gonna be able to get a stop every single time when they playing against, once they get in these divisional rounds, the wild card games, or they play, if they trying to their aspirations, they got
So
to
what would have to convince you that that's the playoffs? So they got
I
get
just think once they play the Eagles, 49ers, and I see how they play, because that's their division, and
conference.
well, yeah, I mean that's their conference, and that's who they gonna have to play to get through in order to get to a Super Bowl game. So if I see how they can match up against them on the offense side of the ball, because I know what the defense is gonna do, pretty much for the most part. I got trust in that defense, like you said. Definitely a top two, top three defense in the NFL. Uh, just their offense. I just can't see CD. Well, not just saying CD is a bad player, but I'm just saying where he having half of your yards and being able to win with that. I just don't see that happening against another team like you just said. For now, it's the best team in the NFL. Just don't see that happening. Winning the game like that. You play you play
Well,
the
hold on. Well, obviously, it will be different. It will be
yeah.
different scenarios. I think they could beat them. I think they could beat any team. I think they could beat any team. I just think they offense just got to do enough. They probably CD probably won't shit. They probably won't have to run like throw the ball that much because they run defense not as good as who they just played the Jets run defense. So that's why Tony Pollard won't really get off.
Who
Dak,
run defense?
the Niners. Nick Bosa not a run threat. He's really just a pass threat.
But once certain games come along, you have certain game plans.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said you just said CD having all them yards. It's not gonna be the same thing. He's not gonna have 100 some yards every
And I
game.
feel like the Jets run defense today was trash.
He just had a was nah. I don't think it was nah. Cause say the Cowboys really want to just ground and pound in that bitch.
They was mixing in a lot. They really didn't have to. It was like I said, they was
Dak
putting
and
Dak in
say this
good
nigga
positions.
started off 14-14.
Handing it off, going to a play action pass, just throwing a little fire route, and just getting the hand to the playmakers and letting them play off that.
But don't you think it's just crazy how the Bills are a perennial team and they were struggling against this same defense. And a week later, this Cowboys team, who is I never looked at as nearly as good as
Just
the
probably
Bills.
week one jitters.
We went jitter from
But that's
the.
why. But it's only week two. It just I can make a fair assessment out of all these teams come like week six.
I know, but we got to make an assessment week
I
two though.
know, and I gave it.
I know. I didn't say you didn't. But I'm just saying. I don't know why you just said that. I'm just saying you got to make an assessment. My assessment is shit. These niggas in 2 weeks, through 2 weeks, they could beat anybody. They not gonna go undefeated. They not gonna do that shit. I'm not gonna even say they gonna do that. Every team is gonna lose this year. But I just think they gonna have a good ass season. CD Lamb is finna wake a lot of people up. That's all Dak look for. That's all he looked for. Which I love quarterbacks like that. I love quarterbacks who look for their number one option.
And to pick what you just said, they can be a lot of teams in the NFL can beat anybody on any given week.
Yeah, but no,
The
not too
Bengals
many.
can, the Chiefs can, they
You
can.
gonna name me like 6 teams?
You said the Browns can week one. You said they
The
can. The
Ravens.
Ravens, the Bills. Uh, nigga, that's a lot of
I
teams
was
though.
asking you to name me 6 teams. It's 32 teams. That's not a lot.
Shit, contenders. I mean, the
That's
49ers, that's seven.
that's seven. It's not too many teams that can win.
Eagles, that's eight.
There's not too many
Dolphins,
teams
that's nine.
that can win each and every any given week.
Yeah, that's 19 right there.
I give you 8. I'm not giving the Dolphins. Their offense is elite. Their defense ain't on a crumb though. I ain't gonna lie. Their defense ain't on nothing. They offense can stay what it was though, what it is, what it's be doing. Then I definitely say, but I gotta watch. That's something I gotta see for like a few weeks. I gotta see Tyreek Hill and how good this nigga's gonna be with what.
Did you just say you gotta see how good Tyreek Hill gonna be?
Nah, this whole season because he got 215 yards.
Mm-hmm.
If he gonna be that good, yeah, I got to see that shit. I seen him 6 years with the Chiefs. He wasn't doing that. 215 yards in the first week. If he
Shit.
on that pace, I gotta see that shit. If they doing that,
But the offense still gonna be the offense regardless if he get 200 yards.
I understand that, Otis. But I'm saying that for him to have those numbers at all is really crazy, which tells me that they offense was just it's nothing they can do with him. If he have those type of numbers, it don't got to be 200. It don't got to be 150. If he have a touchdown or two, 100 plus yards, 10 plus receptions, bro, goddamn, Tyree,
I
you
mean,
still got Jalen Waddle.
yeah, but
Yeah,
you expect that from Tyreek Hill. He won the top three receivers in the league.
I do expect that from Tyreek Hill. You just not understanding what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I just don't think they can beat any given team just off what they got. But if he play like that each and every week, like that in week one, Jalen Waddle will still give you 70, 80 yards. then yeah, they could beat anybody any given week. I just don't expect them to do that every week. That's crazy. Same thing you said about CD. You don't see CD putting up those yards and beating the 49ers.
Hell yeah, but CD ain't never had the stat line in the resume that Tyreek Hill have.
I understand 215 is not real though.
Yeah,
And
but you
two
don't have to get
touchdowns.
that. But I'm saying Tyreek Hill gonna be Tyreek Hill though. At
And
the end of the
CD gonna
day,
be CD.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's why. So we both saying the same thing.
I just
We both saying the same thing.
more or less.
CD, he gonna be him. Tyreek gonna be him. I'm saying I gotta watch Tyreek be him what he just did in week 1. Again, it's only week 2. So I only can go with what I'm seeing this season. I don't really care about last season. And I just think CD is making that rise into being top 10. We
Yeah, I'm not
saw him.
disputing that.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think he could put up the top 10 type numbers, 140, 150. See, he can have those type of games consistently
Mm-hmm.
throughout a game, which why I think the Cowboys can beat a team any given night. Because that's against the Jets, bro. The Jets got a good ass defense. They are
I think
going
the Dolphins can win any given night based off that assessment.
based off that. I don't know. The Cowboys been convincingly winning, beating niggas.
Yeah, but they didn't play
They played the Pack. They played the Patriots. The Dolphins played the Patriots and who?
in week 1. They just played the Chargers.
I don't think neither of those teams are as good as the Jets. This currently Jets, I don't think that. I think if the Jets and the Chargers play, Jets, there's gonna be a week 1 Bills versus Jets recap. That defense is gonna get hella stopped, and it's gonna come down to that offense getting the ball in the end zone once or twice. Man, I don't. The Chargers, they not. They gotta show me something though. They gotta show me something, and I'm still wanting
And I just
convincing wins.
and I just think the Jets winning that week 1 game. I think you putting too much on it. But we got to see them win more games now.
I understand that. Oh, but I'm only going on what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
So
going. Yeah,
what
I'm
you
going
don't
off of that.
trust Tyreek Hill to do what he been doing his whole career?
Tyreek Hill has never been doing 215 yards.
That's one game, but I'm saying he's still gonna give you at least 1,800 to
And I
1,600
yeah, and
yards
I
again.
don't shit, that's what did you say?
Like 16, 1,800 yards a year. He gonna give you that.
I don't think they could beat any given team. They basically the same team from last year then. The difference between the Cowboys is they defense got better and CD got way better. And that's why I feel like now they could beat a team any given week. They just won by 40 and they just won by 20.
Yeah.
The Dolphins, they just having to shoot niggas out. They barely be scaving away with these bitches. They
Said
barely.
a win to skate
I know in a
disqualify everything.
winning your first 2 games by 60 points, that's disqualified beating the team by 14.
We'll see.
They killing niggas. They killing niggas
We'll
right
see.
now, bro.
I need to see the Cowboys get some comp, man.
I need to see the Dolphins against some comp. Get the Dolphins some comp, bro. Let them play against the.
They just played the Chargers.
They not on shit. They not on shit. They not on what they on. What they on.
It's only been 2 games.
What they on though? What they been on?
What the Giants been on?
What on? Answer
What
my
have the
question.
Giants been on?
Why you want to ask me a question? I just asked you. And what they been on?
Nothing. But what the Giants been on?
Not shit. But the Jets been on some shit though.
What? Because they won 1 game?
They won against the Bills. The Bills are not a bad team.
Yeah, but the Bills probably just had a slip up week. Just a bad week, a bad game.
We watched that game.
Yeah.
Did it look like a slip up or did it look
I didn't
like
watch the game. I was at work.
Well, did you see the game at all?
No.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, them niggas was getting boxed up. It was getting boxed up. The Jets defense is just tremendous. It's great. It's top 5. We were just so it's not top 5 no more. You were just talking about it was just elite.
Yeah, but I don't know about top 5.
You were just saying it was just top 5. Like a week
When?
ago. You were just saying that last 5. You weren't saying that?
Nah.
Who your top 5 defenses?
I don't. I don't know all the top 5 defense, but I never listed them as top 5.
Who are defense you think better than them?
Obviously the Cowboys. I think the Niners defense is better than who we talking about again?
Just keep going. It don't even matter. Just think of your top defenses, and I'm
gonna say the Steelers. I'm gonna say. I don't know. Like I said, it's just week 2.
So it's just them 3?
Yeah, that I can think of just off the bat.
Titans are the Titans a better defense? I'm just gonna give you the teams. Titans, Saints.
No.
Falcons.
The Saints might be.
That's crazy.
Then
Packers.
who we talking about?
The Jets.
Uh, gotta see it.
What the Packers?
Yeah, really got to see all these teams. Just 2 weeks.
But you still can make assessments though. You can still just like say, shit. I think that's the
I
top
seen the
five
Jets.
team.
I just seen the Jets play one game. That's it though. So I just can't just say y'all one game I seen and they lost this game.
And I'm telling you off the games that I watched. I watched this game and the last one. So I ain't talking as a nigga that just watched it. I watched both of them.
Yeah,
They defense is elite. Sauce
just
Gardner is a top 3 cornerback. Quinn Williams is a top
I
3
think the Broncos
defense.
defense better than theirs.
Well, I don't know about that. You gotta watch. So Cortland Sutton is nice.
Patrick Surtain,
Patrick Surtain, he is nice.
Justin Simmons.
Who else they got over there?
They got somebody on that D line.
Yeah, so I'm taking the Jets over a lot of defenses. I ain't gonna lie.
Just agree to disagree.
Yeah, for sure. But I think it's good to have conversation and fill each other out instead of just saying I feel one way and you feel one way. We ain't getting nowhere with that. But if you tell me, why you feel that way, I tell you why I feel that way. That's agree to disagree. When I'm just saying the shit, bro, they beat the Bills, bro.
And I'm not taking too much to it.
The Bills?
Yeah.
Why not? The Bills, bro.
Bro,
The Bills are a powerhouse offense. Always have been.
Yeah.
So why you can't take that
because
into
bro,
it?
people have games where they just shit. That's just like saying shit. The Lions did a hell of a job against the Chiefs in Week 1.
I think they did do a hell of a job.
They did okay.
Shit, they beat the champs. I understand we was hurt. Now you ain't got to tell me that we was hurt. You still got a win clears everything. You
Yeah,
still
and
got
I
to go
know.
out there and win.
And I
And
know.
they and the Jets. How did they win? How they win?
Shit, I didn't watch the game.
So you don't know nothing about the game.
No, I just know they won. I didn't watch the game.
Zach, you didn't go back and watch it?
No.
Damn, you don't want to work,
Bro.
You gotta watch the game, bro.
What I'm gonna do? To look at the highlights.
It would have showed you a lot. The highlights would have showed you a lot.
I'm straight. They just gonna have to show me when I watch them. I watch them today.
That's just not a good. I don't think that's a good way to just view it though.
What? Cause I gotta watch them.
Watch them then. Watch the highlights.
I'm not gonna watch highlights. I'm gonna watch full game clips. I just watched them today. I'm gonna watch them next week, and I'm gonna watch them as keep going on. I just didn't watch them Week 1 because it was just a Monday. I just so happened to work that day.
Okay. I guess.
That's just me. Got to see it.
But you can say that about anything though.
Yeah.
That don't make it like just.
I mean,
that don't give me no clarification though. You ain't really.
I don't have to give you clarification.
I'm just trying to figure out where your mind is of why they're not. That's why you still ain't told me or like.
Because I haven't seen it with my because I haven't seen it.
So you don't think they're top 5 defense?
What give me to say that?
They was great last year, a whole year, and they started off the season great this year. Once again, did I see it? So okay. So it is just how I feel. Okay, I feel you. But again, you still not giving me no clarification. You just say I didn't see it.
Yeah. What more clarification do you want? Like, if I didn't see it, how can I go off something I didn't see?
Just watch it.
And I just told you, I'm gonna have to watch them. I watched them today. I'm gonna watch them next week. I'm gonna watch them the week after that.
How you feel about them today?
They ain't won no shit.
I agree, but I just how you 1 through 10?
Probably like a 4.
CD he was cooking sauce.
Yeah, he was. The whole defense, the run game, they was one nothing they were doing for real. They couldn't get off the field on 3rd down.
They couldn't.
I really wasn't impressed. But once again, I didn't watch in Week 1. I watched in Week 2. I'm giving y'all my assessment. And shit, I don't know what else to do.
I feel you. I was just trying to just get more, but I feel you didn't watch it though. I didn't know you didn't watch that shit till right now though. That's why I asked you all these questions. Again, just getting clarification, just talking. Just talking out my thoughts, my ideas and shit. I didn't know you didn't watch it though. I didn't know you didn't watch it.
I didn't say I didn't watch it about 3-4 times.
Again, I didn't know that shit until right now, so I didn't know if that was true or not. Shit, I didn't know you didn't watch the game. I thought you watched that shit because we was talking about it.
Hell no, I was at work. I closed today. They played on a Monday.
I know. I watched it.
If you watched it, you was here.
I was watching it in my room.
Still, you should know I went home,
I don't know your whereabouts all the time, nigga.
bro. You should know if I'm in the house or not, though.
How should I know that?
We live together.
I don't know. That don't mean I should know where you at. Did you know I went here
We ain't.
yesterday?
No,
Did you know what time I got
I was
back?
asleep though.
But that you still didn't know we live together.
I was asleep. You was up, physically up.
What does that mean? I'm just finna go.
Cause you can walk around the house. You can check it. I
I was
was
watching
knocked
the
out.
game.
I was out of conscious, not
I was
non-existent. Nothing
watching
was
the game. You
nothing
weren't
that was
asleep the
going.
whole time I was gone.
Huh?
You weren't asleep the whole time I was gone.
Definitely was. When I woke up, that's when you was outside.
You weren't asleep. You didn't watch the Colorado game?
I watched a little bit of it. I watched it to halftime and went to sleep.
You say yeah. 'Cause I left kind of early. I left. I don't even think the game was started when I left. I left kind of early, but shit, I had to. I had to watch that shit though.
But shit, I think that concludes all your diaper dandy player of the week.
Damn, you give yours. I ain't even got one right now.
I'm gonna have to give it to Mike E with that damn 70 overall speed he got. The game he had today, 5 receptions for 150 yards. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It only took 5 receptions to do that, to get that type of numbers. With the quarterback that he got thrown into him, Baker Mayfield. I just think Mike Evans. I think he gets slept on a lot when we talk about top 10 wide receivers. I think Mike Evans needs to get more mentioned in that conversation as well. I think he get tossed to the side a little bit over these last couple seasons. But Mike Evans is still one of those dudes and one of those guys at that wide receiver position that can make noise. And this week and today he showed it. You know what I'm saying? He got Baker Mayfield throwing it to him in five catches, 150 yards. That should go without saying right there.
Give me Puka Nakua from the Rams, rookie out of BYU, having a great start to his rookie season. He had 20 targets. That's a lot of targets. 15 receptions, 5 receptions for 170 plus yards. Great game to you. No, 143. A great game for you, Puka Nakua. I hope he keep playing good like this. I was gonna give it to you last week, but Tyreek played and Justin Jefferson played. I almost gave it to Jettis this week, but I think I gave it to him last week. I gave it to C-Mac, didn't I? Gave it to
Yeah,
C-Mac. So
C-Mac.
I'm gonna give it to Jettis. Jettis, you had a good ass game against the Eagles. 13 targets, 11 receptions. You had like 149. You was killing. You was doing your thing. I forgot that I didn't give it to you last week. So I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson.
Uh, But man, y'all go ahead, subscribe to the channel, man. Y'all follow us on Instagram. Y'all can catch us over there with some YouTube clips, shorts, over there. Also follow us on TikTok. You can catch us on all platforms. We Off the Bench Pod, straight like that with no spaces. We Off the Bench. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram. Also subscribe and like this right here, so we can get more in the activity and people can see us more. Y'all go ahead and leave that subscribe button and keep turning on that post notification. Y'all know when each episode drop and every time we upload, and we out with another one.